You got me running, got me running. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Raise your hands up. Raise them up.
Hello, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Forex Trading Asia Daily Currency Call, episode 295, 21st of May. So this is the currency call where you will get market economic updates, key support resistance levels, trade ideas, and more. This currency call is going to be very beneficial to both the long-term investors and short-term traders. Here we will be going through what could move prices, possible trade ideas, and also highlighting potential targets and risk. So a disclaimer here, any information shared during this session is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and views of the speaker. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. Okay, let's start things off with the dollar index as usual. So we'll have Scott Andrews here from Forex Briefcase Australia to share his outlook on the dollar index. Scott.
All right, hi everyone, and happy Friday as well. So, look, dynamic would be the best way to describe the situation with the US dollar last night. It looked like things were just as normal. I'll bring up the index as well, thanks to Sam Trade. And look, on the 4-hour time frame, we are back down to around 89.75. And what we saw was a little bit of weakness in the US dollar earlier yesterday in the afternoon, Singapore time around 4 to 5, and then we progressively saw things pick up, and then it topped out at around 90.25 or so, and it was quite an aggressive candle high. So I didn't get in on this. I did mention a possible sell trade, but the candle itself came through, and I was actually looking for a retest that failed, so I didn't take a trade on this. And it was quite interesting to see what happened with the unemployment claims situation as well. It slightly beat expectations, and the market took that, and that was a little bit of a push lower after it sort of faked out the market a little bit, and then it just collapsed through 90 quite easily as well. So, it's very much with the risk sentiment as well. When you add that into the situation, it's been a little difficult, to be honest, and a little volatile as well. So we'll just, it's back down. It's bounced off this level before. So we do have a little bit of data coming out later today at 21:45 GMT plus 8 Singapore time. So the flash manufacturing PMIs, flash services PMI as well. Then later on, we've got FOMC committee member Daly talking at 1:30 in the morning, GMT plus 8. So, right now it's very much, it's in a downtrend on the daily chart. Let's just see if we can, see a lift off this low area here for a potential buy, or we just might see it stagnate for a little while. So we'll just have to wait and see how the data is received, because, we typically see markets in equity strong, and then the next night it's, it collapses a little bit. So that might push the dollar a bit high, but we'll have to wait and see tonight for that data to come out. And those are my thoughts on the US dollar so far.
Okay, thanks for that, Scott. So today is Friday. We'll be doing the Canadian dollar and cryptocurrencies. So right now, I'll pass the time to Jin, founder of LCMS Traders and a multi-million-dollar trading an account of $40 million on a daily basis. Jin, I'll pass the time to you now to do the Canadian dollar analysis.
All right, thanks for that, Jinwei. We are towards the end of the week. I like what Scott said. US dollar has been dynamic, hasn't had a real direction. So dynamic, right? Hasn't had a real direction at all. It's been fluctuating in that range. We saw short-term weakness followed by quick strength again, and after that back to short-term weakness throughout this week, or actually since quite a medium period of time. What this actually meant for the US CAD itself, you can see here on the H4 time frame, it hasn't done too much since the last time we spoke about it. Last week when we spoke about it, I said that at about, if it closed below that 12085 level, we could see it hit or move towards the 1.1944 support. But it came, early this week, it came quite close before bouncing back up again, testing the 12148 resistance. Bounced off that, now it's sitting at 12074. At this point right now, it's right in the middle of that range. It's 1.1944 is very, very low. What could happen at this point? Looking at the news here on forextradingasia.com, what news we have today? Today being Friday the 21st, we have a lot of news actually with the pound. I spoke about a pound dollar already. We have some euro news. We spoke about that on Tuesday. More pound news, but bear in mind we have the Canadian at 8:30 GMT plus 8 Singapore time. The retail sales number was 4.8%, expecting a 2.3. Core retail sales was 4.8, expecting a 2.2. So you can see here that retail sales and core retail sales number expecting to drop by about half of what it was previously. Where if it does come out at a 2.3 or even a 2% maybe, that drop in retail sales number is likely to lead towards some Canadian dollar weakness. But bear in mind, almost at that same time at 9:45, we do have the US manufacturing PMI numbers coming out, looking like it might be a strong number at about 60. And then services PMI number at about 64 was 64.7, expecting a 64.5, might come out at about a 64. With that in mind, we might see some end of the week US dollar strength come around. Usually at the end of the week, some institutional traders would close off their trades, would rebalance their portfolio. So we might see some selling off, some closing of positions, which could lead to that quick volatility in US dollar strength. So with that in mind, CAD weakness, possible weakness with retail sales number, US possible strength with the PMI and the end of the week effect. What this could actually mean in terms of the charts here, again, back to the US CAD on H4, what I would be looking for is for it to move up towards that 1.2148 resistance, and possibly for it to break above that point. I've spoken about this 2 weeks ago when we were looking at that big reversal. We were speaking about it in the Traders Club previously, where I was looking at it on the daily time frame, looking for that big reversal. At this point, I don't think that reversal is going to come around yet, but I think we might be setting up for that as the US CAD struggles to break lower significantly. What I'm looking for here is for that upward move, right? That upward move, you might be tempted to trade it up. That's a good 50 pips. I would best suggest is to stay out of it, wait for it to move up. Let it break, let it close and break above the 12148 before looking for that buying opportunity further up. I don't think it's going to happen today. I think it'll be something that would be over next week. So you'll be looking at about 12165, a good 40 pip stop loss, and a 120 pip take profit, almost 120 pip take profit level. 1:3 towards the upside as the start of a counter trend trade. Bear in mind, I did say it's a counter trend trade, so it's more likely to fail than it is to make or to succeed. But that's also the reason why you have that higher risk to reward ratio, as we look for that, bigger risk to reward despite the lower chance of success. What I would do at this point also is to show you the US CAD on a daily time frame. As we speak about that possible reversal, as we speak about that counter trend, possible counter trend move, look at this on the daily time frame. It has been dropping quite significantly right now over the last, I would say, over the last week, right? Over the last 8 candles, over the last week, it has struggled to break lower. We've seen it reject lower 3 days ago. At this point right now, if it does turn up and it does break above that 121.48 level, we could see it move higher. And let's hope that it does break above 122.83. Then we could see even more significant upside for the US CAD. But that move is going to be dependent on either the CAD getting weaker, the US dollar, or the US dollar getting stronger, or a combination of both the US dollar strength and the CAD weakness.
All right, thanks for that, Jin. Okay, so yeah, it's Friday and we have the cryptocurrencies analysis by Daniel here. Daniel, trading coach at LCMS Traders. Yeah, Daniel, pass the time to you now for the cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, Jinwei, thank you very much. Wow, last week was a upheaval of the cryptocurrency. So no surprises on what happened on the cryptocurrencies there. First of all, we have Elon Musk announcing double whammies there. Elon Musk, Tesla announcing they will not accept the Bitcoin as payment for their cars. And then later on, I think it was on Tuesday or Wednesdays, we had the China ban the transaction from the cryptocurrency in China. So double big whammy there, and then lots of rumors came about, like Elon Musk, Teslas was selling off their cryptocurrencies before he sent out a tweet saying he had diamond hands, which will not, they're still holding on. Lots of rumors coming in. So you could see on the charts here, it actually fell on Monday. It was at about 45,000, and then with the China hitting the ban on transactions for crypto businesses, it shoots all the way to 30,000. Now this one we did talk about it on the Monday live trading, it's a Monday weekly call with all the club members in LCMS Traders. We mentioned that if it breaks close below 45,000, it will go to 35 or 30,000, the next support level, and it did exactly that. Now, the question now is what is going to happen. Now, what a lot of, while I look at it, is that it already breaks the 200 EMA line, which tells me that it could really push a very negative sentiments coming in. However, right now, for the past 2 days, it seems that lots of people traders are actually buying it on the cheap. So there is possibility that right now it is supported at around 40,000 level. Okay, we have to see whether or not it will continue. Is this the bottom already, where this long pin bar on the daily chart indicates it could be a stop at the supporting level of lowest of 30,000, now at 40,000 zone level? Will it continue? Will it break the continuation of the downward trend or not? Now we will have to see. Well, first of all, I will have to, if anybody is looking at it, I have to wait for it to see if it breaks close above. First of all, the first sentiments will close above the 200 EMA. Right now, about 42,000, 43,000 range. But most importantly, if anybody wants to see whether it's recovery in the Bitcoin, it has to break the psychological level of 45,000 level. If it does break the 45,000 level, then you know there is a recovery from all the negative news last week coming in, and then you will possibly range between 45 and 60,000 range moving on as per normal. Now, looking into in-depth a little analysis here on the 4-hour chart coming in, you can see here the trend is going down, rejected our 30,000 and maybe rejected around 35,000 level range here, and it seems to be on a reversal trend, but it's still showing a downtrend coming down. Now, will there be a possibility of another sell? Possible. It's possible to go down a little just to reach the 35,000 range before it continues to go up. So if anybody is looking for a buy trade coming in, hold on to it. You think it's on the cheap. I think to be safe side, wait for it to break above, close above the 45,000 range before you even consider whether the recovery of the Bitcoin. Now, looking from the Bitcoin there right now, you have the Ether, and as any other crypto currencies, it actually transcends or Bitcoin pull drag almost every cryptocurrency down, and that's what happened. But it actually shift down. You see, Ether was affected very badly. It bounced off quite close to almost. It actually rose as low as 1888, coming down before it's showing that the support level of 2500. It is quite supported here. It seems to have slowed down already, same as Bitcoin. For anybody who's interested, again, to look for it, I think we're going to wait and see. Lots of uncertainty candle right now for Ether is uncertainty candle right now. We have to look at whether the Bitcoin has recovered, but they are still thinking a lot of talks about Bitcoin now perhaps shifting now into Ether because of all the applications, but that is just, we have to wait and see. Again, I would suggest not to do anything for this coming week, but it could move back up to 3,500 level range here. And if it does break, I would say first level, break above the 3,330, 3,330 level, going up. If it breaks above that, then you would possibly see a continuation of upward trend. I'm still thinking that cryptocurrencies in a position that cryptocurrencies is still here to stay, where lots of people are still using. However, do take note that the US regulation are still probably coming in. The question now is how tight or how controlled they will be. So watch out for that news as well. But we will see for the next this week and the coming week, see if there's some form of recovery above the levels that I've talked about. If it does, then we probably could see the cryptocurrencies on the revival. Else, it will probably stay below, waiting for the regulations to happen. Okay, that's all for me for the cryptocurrency. Jinwei.
Okay, thanks for that, Daniel. Yep, so it's the end of the week, and okay, wait, before I do that, just want to remind everybody, all these trade ideas are not a trade recommendation. It is just the opinion and views of the speaker. So remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. All right, so as mentioned, it's the end of the week. So what we usually do is a quick preview about what is going to happen next week. And right now I'm going to get Kim Hong here, currency analyst at LCMS Traders, to share a little bit about what we have, what are the big item news next week. Kim Hong.
All right, thank you, Junwei. Okay, so if you look at the calendar for next week, the economic calendar, well, the biggest event will be the Reserve Bank of New Zealand Monetary Policy meeting. Excuse me. So, okay, just do a quick recap on what happened during their previous meeting on April 14. Okay, so they actually held the interest rate unchanged at 0.25%. Okay, while at the same time, for the large-scale asset purchase program and their funding for lending program, okay, these two programs, they are actually the quantitative easing programs that the Reserve Bank of New Zealand hold. Okay, so they actually mentioned that they will be holding they will continue these two programs, okay, and operate them until June 2022 at their current settings. Okay, so that means as of April 14, they have no intentions to, make any modifications to the two quantitative easing programs. All right. And one more thing that they highlighted is that they say that further rate cut, they will be doing further rate cut if necessary. All right. Not saying that they will be doing it, but it's just that, they are ready for any potential rate cuts if deemed needed. All right. Now, personally, I feel that a rate cut from the Reserve Bank of New Zealand is definitely off the table for now. All right, why is that the case? First of all, okay, actually it's for two reasons. Okay, the first reason is the low number of COVID cases. New Zealand has been having like less than below 2-digit, okay, single digit, I would say single digit cases for the past few months. All right, so what this means is that they have been excuse me, so they have been managing the whole pandemic well, okay, in their country. That's the first reason. Now, the second reason being that they actually have been having quite good economic data releases, okay? So after the previous meeting on April 14, all right, they actually reported that, CPI for the first quarter rose to 0.8%, all right, from the previous 0.5%. So that's an increase in inflation, all right. Next, employment change, okay, remained as the fourth quarter of 2020, all right. There's no change, remains at 0.6%, okay. Next, unemployment rate declined to 0.4% from the previous 0.5%, which is good, right? There's a small decline in the unemployment rate, but it's still a decline, okay? Now, because of the rise in inflation, all right, in quarter one, the RBNZ actually, they released the inflation expectation, okay? So that means they expect quarter on quarter inflation to rise by 2.0%, okay, from the previous 1.89%, okay. So this is actually a good thing. So it's actually a good news delivered from the Reserve Bank of New Zealand. So, which is why these reasons, okay, actually support the claim that interest rate cuts from the Reserve Bank of New Zealand is definitely off the table for now. Okay. Now back to next Wednesday. So next Wednesday, May 26th, okay, the Reserve Bank of New Zealand will be holding a monetary policy meeting. Now, what should we expect from them? To be honest, they are likely going to hold policy unchanged. Okay, interest rate going to be held at 0.25%. They're going to repeat the same thing for their quantitative easing, programs. However, okay, there's one thing to take note of is pay attention to whether the central bank is actually considering on cutting back on their QE, okay, or at least talk about the conditions that that should happen, that will happen, okay, that will trigger them to actually consider a cutback on quantitative easing, okay. If not, focus on what their views on the New Zealand economy is at the moment, okay, because we know that with the good data releases and the low number of COVID cases in New Zealand, they may actually want to actually cut down on quantitative easing and eventually lead to a hike in interest rate. Okay, it's just like how Bank of Canada did it recently, and how we are paying attention to what the Fed is saying to in order to for them to the conditions required for them to actually cut back on quantitative easing and eventually lead to a hike in interest rate. Okay, so yeah, pay attention to the conditions that the central bank may be highlighting on cutting back the quantitative easing. That's all I have for you guys.
Thanks for that, Im Hong. A very comprehensive breakdown on what to expect for next Wednesday's RBNZ news data. Okay, so Daniel, I've on our Signals channel, I see a lot of target profit happening. Would you like to share a little bit about what LCMS traders do and how they help the traders trade better?
Oh, sure. I'm very glad to do so. Okay, so straight off right now, LCMS traders has been started in 2014, right? So since 2014, we have actually helped a lot of clients here and members going completely confused to unprofitable to actually understanding the market, recovering losses, and be profitable. So what we have here is helping a lot of members here, not only in the signals like what you mentioned, it's also we have to learn what is happening here. So let me introduce you to LCMS Traders Club, our dedicated club platform. This is really for anyone who's serious about being profitable in trading. Now, we host a community of traders here where we share ideas, analysis, monitoring the market in both the trading floor here, where we discuss about, where everybody will discuss, if the US dollar strengthen, somebody will put it up. We also look at the right here in the market watch, what is monitoring the market for you right here. So it's really like as if you have a professional trading firm here. Now, to prepare this trading for the day trading, we actually look at two critical information prepared for you daily. One is the market watch list here. So the current the market the currency watch list here, where the currency watch list will actually help you to look at look at the morning in the charts, what's suggested idea on the buy and sell. You know, if you have not much time, with possibly what possible direction it could be heading on a up or down, when we look for an entry, possible entry price, and a potential profit targets. And also as well, we have the daily currency analysis, where we give you a summary of what happened yesterday and what to look out for there any suggested possible trade opportunities on the buy, whether it will continue to go up or go down. Now, not only that, let me tell you that in this platform, we have lots of features on this. We have also, you know, we have the economic calendar coming in, where we can tell you what to plan your trades, know what surprises could be coming up. We have, I very personally like, I always say every week, the data flash, where you date new critical news coming in. This news will actually get released earlier than anyone else, where you have a lot of signals coming in, telling you what kind of forecast, and actually mention about what it is happened, what's the data it is right now. Okay, so right now, not only that, how we help a lot of traders coming in, we also have two sessions twice a week. Monday evening, 8 p.m., we have the coaching sessions, group coaching sessions, where we look at what's happening in the market as well. That's like what Gibon does, how to prepare for the week. Is there any news, what we look out for, and how to trade. And sometimes we also look for lots of trade ideas there. And also on Wednesdays evening, we have live trading sessions together, everybody with the members and the coaches here. We'll trade together, look at the market, and a lot of interactions there. Members actually asking, what about this chart? They're looking for a sell, and we'll actually discuss why is it about sell or buy, or what should we not do anything at all. Now, these sessions really help to guide the members to have a lot of current market conditions, and we can literally make profits together. Now, talking about the signals, you know, those who have come from the Telegram channel, it's actually coming in a bit later here in the EcoFin here. We actually talk about this. We give the signals almost 5 minutes earlier, and not only that, we actually, the members will learn the strategies behind. We will tell you why we look at why we issue the signals, what is the analysis behind it, where really you can learn the strategy and reason behind every signals. And when you hit the take profit TP1, TP2, or TP3, we, for example, pound USD, we look at a possible continuation. We tell you it's possible to hold till TP2, you know, pound USD, and it hits TP2 here. We'll look at it, and it hits 40 pips and 60 pips, and of course it closed. With moves, big moves, you could possibly wear to close the trade as well. Now, this platform is available as web, desktop, mobile application, which means you can access all the contents anywhere, anytime, and receive your mobile notification on our signals all the way. So this club membership is access to the platform worth thousands. So this is really a chance to join right now. It's only a $49 a month. This is without a doubt what you need to join if you are interested and to improve your Forex trading level. Okay, so yeah, that's all.
Okay, thanks for that, Daniel. Yeah, so we have come to the end of the session today. I've posted the links for Traders Club if you're interested to join them and get the faster signals, learn the strategy behind the signals, and get the trade ideas and daily analysis. Okay, we've come to the end of the session today. We will see you guys on Monday for the Aussie and Kiwi analysis. Thank you so much. Bye.